Hello and welcome everyone. This is a new British English accent training lesson. In the last lesson I posted, I discussed some basic things about the weather. And I think that this is a really important topic because in the UK we are always talking about the weather because it changes a lot. So if you are interested in learning British English, I think it will really help you if you know as much as possible. And so today I want to focus on rain, because here it is raining most of the time. And I have a lot of vocabulary just to do with rain, especially a BBC article to discuss today with you. And I'm hoping that this will be useful. Might be a bit different from what you're used to, the weather in your countries, but especially if you are coming here, you will get used to talking about the rain, so hopefully this is a good starting point. If you look in the YouTube description or below the video, you are going to find my notes. In a bit I will start reading this BBC article, but first I have written down a list of the different ways of describing rain, and it is a long list. So let's check this out first. So if it's raining a little, we describe that as being light rain or soft rain. If it is raining more, like a lot, you can say it's hard rain or heavy rain. So it's raining hard or it's raining heavily. Driving rain means it's raining really hard and maybe the wind is making it move in a particular way. Back to a tiny bit of rain can be a spot of rain. So means just the odd drop coming down, a spot. And if it's like that, you can say it's spotting. And then spitting meaning it's kind of in the middle. It's raining a bit. It doesn't look bad, but actually if you go outside you can get quite wet. You know, it's deceptive, spitting. Drizzle means light to medium, I think. So if there's a drizzle outside or if it's drizzling, it is fairly persistent, but it's not too bad. Now I have quite a lot of expressions which mean it's raining really hard, it's raining a lot. Let's look at these. Pelting it down, chucking it down, tipping it down. Or to rephrase them, it's pelting down, it's tipping down, it's hammering down, it's bucketing down, it's coming down, it's lashing down, out there. All these different ways to describe when it's raining quite badly. You are likely to hear all of these in the UK, so check them out, see if you can remember them all. Now these nouns refer to the type of period of rain. So a shower means a short period of rain, and a passing shower means a very short period of rain. Like the cloud, you can see the cloud moving and it's passing by. Deluge means a really heavy spell of rain, and downpour is a synonym, it means the same thing. A cloudburst means it's raining incredibly hard, like the cloud exploded. Cloudburst. And a funny expression we have, raining cats and dogs. It means it's raining very hard again. So that's the end of my first list. So many different ways to describe all the types of rain. So see if you can learn some of them. And now I have below that the text of a BBC magazine article I found, which describes the British English vocabulary surrounding rain. So you can read the text that I will read in the YouTube description or below the video, or you can click on the link that I've posted there as well to see it for yourself. And I want to keep this one simple. I just want to read the article because by reading it we are going to learn what we need to for this one. So this is a BBC article called 50 Words for Rain. If the Inuit have 50 words for snow, why don't British people have 50 words for rain? or at least more words than the few they normally employ. As the UK splashed and squelched its way through what was the wettest June on record, the most surprising news of the summer is the inclusion of fake clouds in the elaborate plans for the Olympic opening ceremony. So, somewhere above it hovered imagineered clouds. The message to the world, presumably, is that we can take a joke about our weather. And if Providence chooses not to rain on our parade, then we'll rain on our own for the hell of it. It just goes to show you how deeply the very thought of rain is woven into the experience of being British. And yet our official lexicon of rainfall is woefully buttoned up and limited. The Met Office talks simply of light, moderate and severe downfalls. That's rather disappointing when you consider the poetry of the Beaufort scale for measuring wind, with its evocative talk of smoke rising vertically on a calm day, and then goes on to describe singing sounds from telegraph wires and the difficulty of walking upright as breezes intensify into gales. After all, if it's really true that the Inuit have 50 words for snow on the basis that they see enough of the stuff to chart its infinite variety, then surely in the UK we ought to have 50 words for rain. There's drizzle, of course, although I'm not sure that's an officially recognised term, but not much beyond that until you get to deluge, which is French, and downpour, which is dull. I turned to the linguist Jeff Pullum from Edinburgh University for an explanation as to why the English language appears to lag behind Inuit in the richness and sophistication with which it describes the weather. I have long experience in this depressing sub-area, Pullum tells me. The idea is neither empirically true nor practically necessary. There's a screwiness to the logic here of having 50 words for snow. As humans, we experience lots of variety in everyday life, but we don't try to bring it under linguistic observation. It's just observably not what we do. Still, when we posed the question to the Broadcasting House audience on Radio 4, we were deluged, inundated and flooded with suggestions for words for rain. One heartening conclusion is that colloquial English is a lot more vibrant, colourful and expressive than its slightly grander cousin deployed in the Met Office. There are plenty I'd like to hear weather forecasters using on the air. Tippling down, pelting down, raining cats and dogs. And there are more with the sturdy feel of regional English. Luttering down, siling down and plothering down are among my favourites, yet you can't honestly put them in order of severity, of course, but all conjure that sense of looking out of the window on a rainy day somewhere in provincial Britain and seeing rain hammering relentlessly from a sky the colour of cigarette ash. One of the commonest and most vividly descriptive phrases is raining stair rods. I like it because I shouldn't think many people in the UK have seen a stair rod for 50 years or more, so it has the comfortable feeling of a phrase your mother or father might have used to describe the rain. The analogy, of course, is the rain falling in long, straight streaks. Both German and French have words using the imagery of ropes or cords to do the same thing. It also strikes me as being a slightly more useful point of comparison than another phrase we were offered, raining chair legs. And why don't these phrases find their way into the lexicon of TV weather forecasting? Perhaps it's because we still crave a little formality on TV and radio. BBC weather forecaster Matt Taylor says there is no style guide for talking about the weather. There's no book of words you shouldn't use, so I think there's a bit of self-censorship hit there. Sometimes you do want to say that it's going to be chucking it down out there, but of course there are a lot of colloquialisms here, so there's also the point of whether people will really know exactly what you mean. None of us, with the possible exception of Taylor and his fellow meteorologists, knows exactly what the weather will be doing next month. But when that fake cloud splutters into life and rain begins to fall on the green and pleasant land below, it's a pleasure to think that all over the UK, families will have a rich and varied vocabulary to call on when it comes to describing it. That was a bit long, but I hope that you found it interesting because I think it explains how important talking about the rain is to British people like me. So lots of vocabulary to learn, and it's all about rain, and it really rains a lot here, to emphasise. So thank you for that, for listening to all that, and I think it should be useful for you. So I recommend that you have a look at that if you can, to learn more. And that is the end for today. Thank you very much for your time. Don't forget to check out the YouTube description for links to my channel there for many more free lessons, with more coming soon all the time. You can receive them by subscribing. You can join us on Facebook, Twitter, WordPress and Tumblr. Everything is free. It's all about British English like this, so please join if you want to. You are very welcome. But for now, thank you again for watching, and keep studying hard. Good luck with everything. I will be back soon with more accent training lessons and other things too, so I hope to see you then. Take care for now, and I will see you next time.